Wack 100 sends Big Meech a scary warning after Big Meech went on his live stream to say this about Wack 100 last night.
Are you Wack 100 type? Don't get no playing all right. You feel me? And we ain't never worried about what you gonna do.
And we're not apologizing.
Especially me.
There's no apology.
You know anything about me? I ain't worried about what you gonna do.
Hey, listen, but I promise you, listen.
Didn't mention your name indirectly.
Hey,
I ain't worried about what the you gonna do.
Listen though, on some rich. Listen, on some rich. You don't have to pop it to none of these.
That's what I'm telling you.
Listen, you have.
You know what I'm telling you.
There's no popping. No popping.
That's on some hate and don't know what the they talking about.
Big Meech felt like he was off the liquor, he was hella drunk, and he's got to crash out. Now, it's unclear exactly what sparked Big Meech going off on Wack on a live stream, because it felt like Wack 100, for the most part, has left Big Meech alone. Like, him and Big Meech haven't really gotten into it for, it felt like about a year now. The last time I heard Wack 100 or Big Meech even going back and forth, and it was mainly on Wack 100's behalf, was when Big Meech's son got arrested and the footage came out of Big Meech's son literally snitching, like live in 4K snitching on the person he was in the car with. And when that came out, Wack 100 went off on his son. And before Wack 100 spoke on Big Meech's son, Wack spoke on Big Meech on No Jumper and on Vlad TV, where Wack 100 will confirm that he believes that Big Meech snitched. He did third-party cooperating, where essentially he used somebody to snitch on his behalf so his name don't appear in the paperwork. And this could be the reason why Big Meech is still upset at Wack 100, but this happened so long ago that it didn't make sense for Big Meech to bring up Wack 100 during the live stream today.
Right, because there was allegations by the family of a St. Louis kingpin named Dion Cuffy Gatlin.
Just talked to him an hour ago.
Oh, really? To Cuffy?
Yeah.
Okay, so his family is saying that Meech cooperated against him and so forth. I had Terrence Gangster Williams here yesterday, who actually went through the paperwork. What he said was that Meech never cooperated, but there is a woman who Meech knows that I guess he ended up giving his life rights to.
Third party cooperating.
Third party cooperating.
Which is him cooperating.
Oh, you think that's him cooperating?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
because she cooperates. She's a producer on the Stars TV show.
Usually guys from the streets, where we position people to do things, right, when we do things for them, it's because in return they're gonna do something for us. Mm-hmm. The paperwork shows that Tammy Cowan was a cooperating, third-party cooperating, right? Mm-hmm. Let's rewind back to 2016, 2017. Remember the rumor that Big Meech was gonna come home early?
Yeah.
Okay. This ties into that. Now the case stuck on Cuffy, but because she ended up having sex with the federal agent, they pulled the time cut back for Meech.
We've covered this extensively in the past, right? And a lot of this, to be honest, is really relies on who you believe. Do you believe Big Meech accounted things, or do you believe his accusers? Because the accusers are saying, yo, Big Meech introduced me to this woman called Tammy, who just happens to have his life rights, who was his power of attorney. This was somebody that Big Meech was connecting all the drug dealers with. And I get in contact with her. Big Meech instructed me to do business with her. We start doing the business. Then I get arrested because she's a federal informant, and Big Meech is saying he had no idea she was a federal informant. And then come to find out, the same time she's working with the police to get Big Meech's time reduced, that's the same time she's telling on me and getting me indictments. But Big Meech said he had nothing to do with that, even though she was offering up information on me to get Big Meech's time reduced. So if you believe that Big Meech knew nothing about it because you trust Big Meech, then then that's your prerogative, right? Now, I, on the first hand, was kind of 50-50 until I saw the body cam for Lil Meech. You see, when I saw the body cam for Lil Meech and how grimy Lil Meech was, I said, yo, Lil Meech had to learn this from somewhere, or this is just inherited. Because when the cops pulled up behind Lil Meech. Lil Meech was in the gun itself was legal, but the gun with the drugs was the illegal part. So the cops pull up. Lil Meech had the gun on him. The cops were looking for Lil Meech. Lil Meech tossed the gun in his friend's lap, who was asleep at the time. When the police pull up, they walking up. The friend woke up trying to figure out what's going on. By the time he wakes up, the police is already at the door and the gun is in his lap. He hurries up and try to stash it real quick. They pull Lil Meech from out the car. They pull the friend from out the car. Lil Meech then tells the cops, yo, y'all ain't find the guns? The cops said, yeah, no, a gun is legal. Y'all good. But Lil Meech said, well, but how about the drugs? So Lil Meech planted a gun on his homie, and when the gun ain't get the homie arrested, he told the cops there was drugs in the car. And again, this sounds wild and unbelievable, but we literally watched it take place on camera. So seeing how grimy Lil Meech is, he had to have learned that from somewhere. The daddy had to have been even more grimier, to be honest. That's just my perspective.
Now, when I'm talking to Cuffy, I said, Cuffy, why are you telling me this happened, and how do you know, and he's not directly on the paperwork? He said,
because Big Meech is not on the paperwork.
No.
We've established
exactly.
That.
I said his name is not on the paperwork, right? He says, Wack, the line come through her from him. I need you to help me get this bag. Cuffy will tell you, before him, Meech was a small time dude. He said, I put his first $1 million in his pockets. The man literally broke down and cried when he saw the money that I delivered to him. He said the numbers and the situation to this, only me and Meech knew this information. When I got the documents and the paperwork, everything that me and Meech knew, and which we discussed through code, is in the paperwork. Only me and him knew this information. Tammy didn't even know this information. Tammy just delivered the message to me of who the plug was supposed to go through. They was originally setting up a drug cartel dude, a Hispanic dude, right? That was the original setup, right? Tammy botched all that up and it phased to him. So Tammy sits here with the life rights. Okay, Meech is saying, I'm gonna let you have those, they control those, but this is what you have to do for me. Cuppy said Meech been reaching out to him. He says nothing to talk about because me and you both know what I'm reading.
Wack 100 going on DJ Vlad and saying that is apparently what still got Big Meech pissed. Now, the thing with Big Meech and Wack is this can get really dangerous really fast because Big Meech and Wack kind of roll in the same circle, right? I think Big Meech was at Brand Risk. Well, Brand Risk, the last two Brand Risk, the top fighters were Wack 100 artists. Ray J, I think had the co-main event. Well, that was Wack artist. And Blueface had the main event at the Brand Risk before that. Well, that was Wack artist, right? So the last two Brand Risks, Wack was there, Big Meech was there, I believe, right? And nothing quite happened. So if Big Meech felt away, I felt like Big Meech should have kind of handled it right then and there. So Wack 100 actually responded back to what Big Meech had to say multiple times today, right? He responded firstly on Instagram, and then he took the Clubhouse to send Big Meech another scary warning, letting Big Meech know that he has too much control in the situation, and Big Meech don't really want the war.
Hey, listen, man, I don't know what's going on, but I see Meech. I don't know, out of nowhere, shit, Meech, we've been running content on you for years. We all know you told on Cuffy. I got an exclusive interview coming from Cuffy. By the way, Meech, you've been home quite some time. Why haven't you mentioned Cuffy's name one time? You've heard Cuffy directly call you a rat. World, tag Meech and say, why won't you address Cuffy, the one that say you ratted on and set him up? And in the meantime, Meech, listen, let me tell you what you got to do. It ain't his fault. When your daddy is a rat, most definitely your son gonna be a little mouse. Nigga, you better tend to that little rat-ass little son you got over there. Yeah, he ain't no little boy. We didn't watch that nigga tail 3-4 times. tend to him. Now, you did this to yourself. So now, we're going to activate the exposers. We're going to get everything going. You did it to yourself, man. You did this to yourself, Meech. We all know you ain't like that. You ain't going to do nothing. You ain't talking about nothing. We ain't worrying about you, nigga. This ain't 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. BMF don't even respect you no more, my nigga. You know, they know you's a rat. I talk to them all the time. But in the meantime, between time, Meech, go over there, get some motherfucking decon, and put it under your son's pillow, and let's rid this world of one less road.
Ultimately, I think it's a mistake for Big Meech from my perspective, and here's why. Wack has, for the most part, left Big Meech alone for about a year or so. So if Big Meech is now, I guess, going back to dissing Wack, Big Meech has to have the personality of somebody who can go back and forth every day. You see, like Wack 100 and Dogface, they can go back and forth all day. Right? Like they got time to go back and forth all day. They doing multiple interviews with the same people, right? Wack is on DJ Vlad, Dogface on DJ Vlad, Wack on No Jumper, Dogface on No Jumper, right? Wack calls into academics, Dogface calls into academics. So they can go back and forth all day and do that tango. For the most part, it's in their best interest to just leave each other alone. Because, you know, they both can just talk about each other on these platforms all day. Big Meech ain't really engaging in that. It's not even his brand to start doing more interviews and go off on Wack 100 each and every interview. Wack got Clubhouse. Wack, listen, bro, Wack don't even have to leave his house. Wack can go on Clubhouse, go off on you, right? Like spread whatever he want to spread. Then those Clubhouse clips will reach the internet. People going to repost it. The YouTubers going to take the clip and react to it because it's drama. And Wack can rinse and repeat that cycle every day, every single day. Like, do you really want to deal with that? You probably don't want to deal with that, okay? Right? You probably don't want to deal with random hip hop blog pages posting about Big Meech being a snitch every day. So if I'm Big Meech, bro, I'm ignoring the noise, bro. Big Meech came home and he said he got right back to it. He said he's a millionaire again. He says he lives in a penthouse where billionaires stay. So it looks like he's doing pretty well with his rebrand. You don't even want to get involved in like the hip hop, grimy underground world, bro. Feel me? You don't even want to get involved in this, bro. Just stay doing what you're doing, Meech. You're doing a good thing, it appears, okay? You know, stick with AB, stick with Dina Gray, and do the streaming stuff, man. Leave this alone. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, okay? If you guys are still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here where I break down why the cops came to No Jumper today looking for Draco the Realest Killer. All right, you know, they wanted to interrogate a few employees. I'm going to see you guys in this No Jumper video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.